call. I call the Tuesday, June 2nd, 2026 regular meeting of the North Augusta Board of Zoning Appeals to order. Roll call.
London Smith.
Kathy Stallworth.
Bill Burkhalter. Jim Newman.
All right. Do we have any additions or corrections to the minutes of May 5th?
I did not see any.
All right, I didn't see any either, but I do have something else, and Stacy, I don't know if, it's on page 5. It's not the minutes, but it's on page 5. It's number 11. At the last sentence, it said no more than 25% of the gross area of the dwelling unit, and it should be dwelling.
Make those corrections.
Okay, that's all. So the minutes will stand approved as submitted. Or the confirmation of the agenda. We have two items, ZE 26-007, a request by Zain Abdullah for a special exception for a home occupation to operate an online retail business from Table 5.1 use matrix of the North Augusta Development Code. The request affects approximately 0.31 acres zoned R-14 large lot single-family residential located at 701 Brooks Drive, which is 003080215. And the other item is a request by Shauna Lloyd for a special exception for a home occupation to operate an interior design service, including a showroom component from Table 5-1 use matrix of the North Augusta Development Code. The request affects approximately 0.63 acres zoned R14 large lot single-family residential located at 908 Fairfield Avenue, 00705040009. Is there anything else to add to the agenda? Anything?
No, there isn't.
All right. And before we start the public hearing, for those of you that don't know, this is Stacy Clark, okay, who is standing in for Mr. Paradise tonight. All right, we'll open this with any comments from you, Stacy, about the first one, Zain Abdullah.
For the first application, the applicant is requesting approval for a home occupation for an online business, which is named Augusta Retro Games, located at 702 Brooks Drive. The property is zoned R14, large lot, single-family residential. The neighborhood is a relatively quiet neighborhood from the staff report, and the online business, which specializes in video games, trading cards, and collectibles, and with that, it should not take away from the neighborhood's overall character.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
Since the proposed business is online, there should be minimum to no traffic generated, as Mr. Abdullah stated in his staff report. The pictures show Mr. Abdullah's setup right here, where he's running his online business in his garage, where it shows his workspace and is set up for his trading cards. And so staff recommendations for the applications are listed in y'all staff reports.
All right.
And if Mr. Abdullah has any additional information he would like to add, he's here today.
Right. So, Mr. Abdullah, would you like to come forward? All right, and I have to swear you in. Please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
And give us your address.
702 Brooks Drive, North Augusta, South Carolina.
All right. Stacy has gone over this. Do you have anything to add to it, or?
I just want to say that I agree with what she said, and to summarize, it's just an online-only resale business specializing in trading cards, video games, and collectibles. There's no customer visits to the house. There's no in-person sales, no retail storefront, and no exterior signage will be associated with the business at all. All inventory is going to be stored inside and taken to the post office by myself personally for shipment. So there's going to be no extra traffic, no extra delivery trucks, anything like that.
All right. Anybody have any questions?
I literally covered every question I have.
Thank you.
Y'all have any questions?
I'm good.
Okay. And this is in your garage?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I must say that that first picture there is the cleanest garage floor I've ever seen.
Thank you. We try. You should see the inside of our house. It's very clean.
All right. Thank you very much. Does anybody else have any comments on this agenda item? All right. Thank you. You
Thank
may
you
be
so much.
seated. And we may have to call you back up if we have a question as we go through it. Yes. I am. So please come forward. And raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Please state your name and address.
My name is Steve Zimmerman, and I live at 802 Stanton Drive,
All right.
which is just one road over from Brooks and one road over from the other house. So you're stating that there's be no traffic coming out of it? Okay.
Talk into the microphone
Okay,
because this is recorded and we
Okay,
need to hear
okay. So
you.
he's stating there's no traffic coming in and out of the.
That's what he says.
But is there a guarantee of that? I mean, in businesses, this seems to be opening the door up for other businesses to do the same thing. I don't
Well-
agree with it, so.
Beg your
I
pardon?
don't agree with.
All right. Well, there are 11 things we have to go through to either approve or disapprove this, and all 11 have to be voted on in the affirmative. So if there's one that's not and traffic will be dealt with, then we'll cover that when we get to it.
Okay.
This is also a standalone case. It won't be that, something will be grandfathered in, and it won't be that this opens it up to the rest of the community. They would all have to come through.
Okay.
this
Okay.
group
So
in
this
order to be
doesn't open the
approved.
door up for every one of them.
It does, and
Okay. This is my first time here, so.
sure.
All right.
It goes with the owner. It does not go with the property.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Any more for the public hearing? All right. We'll move on then. As I said, all 11 have to be found in the affirmative. And so, they're actually 19, but that is taken care of at the, development stage, right?
Correct.
Office, right? So there are 11 things that we have to consider tonight. The use complies with all regulations, conditions, and standards of this chapter unless approved as a major waiver. The applicant states that the proposed home-based online retail business will fully comply with all applicable regulations, conditions, and standards outlined in the North Augusta Development Code, and no major waivers are being requested as part of this application. The business will operate entirely within the principal residence and will not alter the residential character of the property or the surrounding neighborhood. All activities, including inventory storage, order, processing, and shipping, will be conducted in a manner consistent with the requirements of the code. The operation will generate minimal traffic, noise, and visual impact, as there will be no on-site retail activity or customer visits. Deliveries and shipments will be limited to frequency and scale consistent with normal residential use. As such, the business is designed to meet or exceed all applicable standards within the need for exceptions or deviations. And as he stated, there's no vehicular traffic other than his family. And any shipping is done, he takes to the post office. Staff notes that the proposed operation is intended to function entirely within the principal residence with no on-site retail activity, customer visits, or exterior evidence of a commercial use. The proposed use appears designed to maintain the residential character of the property while operating in compliance with the home occupation standards of the North Augusta Development Code. Jim?
Two.
Okay, well, that's a yes on that, number one. Number two, the use will not substantially injure the value of adjoining properties or the use is a public necessity. The applicant states the operation is designed to be low impact and fully compatible with the surrounding residential neighborhood, as it involves no on-site retail activity, no customer visits, and no exterior modifications that would alter the appearance or character of the home. All business activities, including inventory storage, order fulfillment, and shipping, will take place entirely within the residence in a controlled and organized manner. Traffic associated with the business will be minimal and limited to standard residential deliveries and pickups. Additionally, there will be no noise, odor, signage, or other external effects that could detract from neighboring properties. As such, the use is consistent with maintaining neighborhood stability and property values while operating in compliance with the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the proposed online business will operate in a low-impact manner that is compatible with the surrounding neighborhood. The proposed use is not expected to generate excessive noise, odor, signage, or other external impacts that would negatively affect adjoining properties. Based on the information provided, the proposed use appears designed to preserve the residential character of the neighborhood and minimize impacts to surrounding property values. That was number two. Does anybody have any comments on that?
I'm good with.
Okay. Here. Number three. The use is of a size, shape, and character suited for the proposed site. The applicant states the business will be conducted within an existing enclosed garage space that provides adequate square footage for organized inventory storage, order processing, and shipping activities. The space is properly maintained with sufficient ventilation and layout to support safe and efficient operations without requiring structural alterations or expansion. The scale of the business remains consistent with typical home occupation standards, ensuring that all activities are contained within the residence and do not extend beyond the property. The use of the garage allows for a functional workspace while preserving the overall residential appearance and character of the property in full compliance with the applicable provisions of the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the applicant states the proposed online business will operate within an existing enclosed garage area that provides adequate space for inventory storage, order processing, and shipping activities. The home occupation will use less than 25% of the residence. The proposed use does not require any structural alterations, additions, or expansions of the residence, and that all business-related activities are intended to remain fully contained within the home. All right, number three. London?
No issues.
Good with number three.
All right. Number four, the location and character of the use, if developed according to the information as submitted and approved, will be compatible with existing uses adjacent to and near the property and will not adversely affect the development of the neighborhood or the district in which the use is proposed. The applicant states that the business will operate entirely within the home, with all activities such as inventory storage, order fulfillment, and shipping conducted indoors and out of public view. There will be no customer visits, no exterior signage, and no changes to the appearance of the property, ensuring that the residential character of the neighborhood remains unchanged. The scale and nature of the operation are low impact, generating only minimal delivery activity consistent with typical residential use. As such, the proposed use will not adversely affect the development, stability, or character of the surrounding neighborhood or zoning district, and will remain in full compliance with the North Augusta Development Code as submitted and approved. Staff notes that the proposed online business will operate entirely within the residence, with all inventory, storage, order fulfillment, and shipping activities conducted indoors and out of public view. There will be no customer visits, exterior signage, or exterior modifications to the property. There will be no customer visits, exterior, are proposed as part of the operation. Not quite sure. I think we've got a wrong verb in there. But anyway, what they're saying is there are no customer visits, no exterior signage or exterior modifications to the property. That's from the staff, their notes.
Go with it.
Okay, all right. That was number 4. Number 5, the use will not create traffic impacts or parking issues that will endanger public safety or contribute to traffic congestion or unacceptable adversely impact nearby properties when compared with uses permitted by right in the same zoning district. The applicant states the proposed home-based online retail business will not create traffic impacts or parking issues that would endanger public safety, contribute to congestion, or adversely affect nearby properties. The operation does not involve on-site customer visits or retail traffic, as all sales are conducted online and fulfilled through shipping. Vehicle activity associated with the business will be limited to routine residential deliveries and occasional carrier pickups, which are compatible in frequency and scale to typical household use. No additional parking demand will be generated beyond what is already available on the property, and all activities will remain fully contained within the residence. As such, the proposed use will not create any measurable increase in traffic or parking concerns when compared with uses permitted by right within the same zoning district, and will remain in compliance with the North Augusta Development Code. And staff notes that the proposed online retail business will not generate significant traffic or parking impacts, as all sales will occur online with no on-site customer visits or retail activity. The vehicle activity associated with the operation is expected to be limited to routine residential deliveries and occasional shipping carrier pickups consistent with normal residential use patterns. All right, what say you on 5?
Good.
Okay. Number 6, the use is consistent with existing and planned for pedestrian and vehicular circulation adjacent to and near the property. The applicant states that the operation will not introduce any new or unusual traffic activity, as there will be no on-site customers or retail visits. All business-related vehicle movement will be limited to standard residential deliveries and occasional carrier pickups, which align with normal traffic patterns in the area. Pedestrian activity will remain unchanged, as the business does not involve public access or foot traffic. The scale and nature of the operation ensure that it integrates seamlessly within the surrounding transportation patterns without disruption or increased demand. Accordingly, the proposed use is fully compatible with circulation in the area and remains in compliance with the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the proposed online business will not generate additional customer traffic or unusual vehicular activity, as all sales will be conducted online with no public access to the property. The business-related traffic is expected to consist only of routine residential deliveries and occasional shipping carrier pickups that are comparable to normal residential activity within the neighborhood. All right,
I'm good.
Good.
all right. Number 7, the use will not be hazardous, detrimental, or disturbing to surrounding land uses due to noise, light, glare, smoke, odor, fumes, water pollution, obstruction of airflow, or adjoining properties or other general nuisances. The applicant states that all operations will take place entirely within the residence and will not generate noise, light, glass, smoke, odors, fumes, or any form of environmental pollution beyond what is typical for a residential property. The business involves the storage and shipment of video games, trading cards, and collectibles, which are non-hazardous materials and do not require any industrial equipment or processes. There will be no exterior lighting changes, no equipment that produces excessive noise, and no activities that would obstruct airflow or impact adjoining properties. The nature of the operation is quiet, contained, and low impact, ensuring that it does not create any nuisances or disruptions to the surrounding neighborhood. The use will remain fully compliant with the applicable standards of the North Augusta Development Code. All right, staff notes that the business involves the storage and shipment of non-hazardous items, including video games, trading cards, and collectibles, and does not require industrial equipment, machinery, or manufacturing processes. All right, what about number 7?
I'm good.
Jim? Okay. Number 8, the use will be adequately served by essential public services and facilities and will not require additional public expense. The applicant states the proposed home-based online retail business will be adequately served by existing essential public services and facilities, including water, sewer, electricity, road access, emergency service, and postal and package delivery infrastructure. The nature of the operation is low intensity and fully contained within the residence, and it does not require any special utility upgrades, expansions, or additional public infrastructure. Business activities will not place any measurable demand on public services beyond that of a typical single-family residence. All shipping and delivery needs will be handled through existing commercial carriers and standard mail service. As a result, the proposed use will not require additional public expense and will remain fully consistent with the applicable requirements of the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the proposed home occupation will not increase demand on public utilities, including water, sewer, stormwater systems, beyond typical residential levels. Based on the low intensity of the use, staff finds that existing infrastructure and services are sufficient to support the proposed activity without additional cost or burden to the city.
I'm good.
All right. Number 9, the uses will not adversely affect any site or feature of historical, cultural, natural, or scenic importance. The applicant states that the operation will take place entirely within an existing residential structure and will not involve any exterior construction, land disturbance, or alterations to the surrounding environment. There are no activities associated with the business that would impact historic resources, cultural landmarks, natural features, or scenic qualities of the area. The property will maintain its current residential appearance and character at all times, ensuring full compatibility with the surrounding neighborhood context. As such, the proposed use will have no negative effect on any historically or environmentally significant sites and will remain in compliance with the applicable provisions of the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the subject property is not identified as a site of historical or cultural importance. There are no exterior modifications or site alterations being proposed in connection with the home occupation, and the existing scenic and natural features of the property are intended to remain unchanged.
Good with it.
I'm good with that.
Number 10, that the proposed use will not conflict with but will further the objectives of the City of North Augusta Comprehensive Plan. The applicant states the operation supports responsible and sustainable economic development by allowing a small-scale, home-based entrepreneurial business to operate without negatively impacting surrounding residential uses. By utilizing an existing residential structure for low-impact commercial activity, the proposal promotes efficient land use, minimizes infrastructure demand, and aligns with goals encouraging balanced growth and the integration of compatible home occupations within residential areas. The business generates minimal traffic, no environmental impacts, and no disruption to neighborhood character, all of which are consistent with the comprehensive plan's emphasis on preserving quality of life while supporting local economic opportunity. Accordingly, the proposed use is in harmony with planning objectives of the City of North Augusta and remain consistent with the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the proposed online business supports small-scale entrepreneurship while maintaining compatibility with the surrounding residential neighborhood. The proposed use is intended to operate as a low-impact home occupation entirely within the existing residence with minimal traffic generation, no environmental impacts, and no exterior changes to the property. Based on the information provided, the proposed use appears consistent with the objectives of the City of North Augusta Comprehensive Plan related to balanced growth, neighborhood preservation, and support for local economic opportunities compatible with residential areas. All right, that was number 10. What do you say?
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good with that.
Okay. Number 11, the use will not materially endanger the public health, safety, and welfare if located, designed, and proposed to be operated according to the information submitted. A denial by the BZA based exclusively on this language shall include explicit findings regarding the way in which granting this special exception would endanger public health, safety, and welfare. The applicant states that the proposed home-based online retail business will not materially endanger the public health, safety, and welfare when located, designed, and operated in accordance with the information submitted. The business is conducted entirely within an existing residential structure and involves only low-impact activities such as inventory storage, order processing, and shipping of non-hazardous goods, specifically video games, trading cards, and collectibles. There will be no on-site customer traffic, no hazardous materials, and no industrial processes involved. The operation will not generate noise, pollution, or unsafe conditions and will remain fully consistent with standard residential use of the property. All deliveries will occur through established commercial carriers, and the scale of activity will be minimal and controlled. As proposed, the use maintains full compliance with applicable standards and will not create any conditions that could reasonably be considered a threat to public health, safety, and welfare under the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the use will not involve hazardous materials, increased traffic, or conditions that would create safety concerns. If approved, staff would recommend the following conditions: no on-site customer visits, walk-in retail sales, or public commercial activities shall occur on this property. No signage or advertising devices shall be permitted on the property except as allowed by the Development Code. Deliveries and shipping activities shall remain limited in scale and frequency so as to remain consistent with normal residential use. The business shall be conducted entirely within the principal residential structure and shall not expand beyond the areas identified in the application without additional review and approval. So, what do y'all think about number 11?
I'm good.
Good with it. Good with the notes as well.
Hmm.
I'm good with the
Condition.
add-ons conditions, thank you.
All right. Well, we've confirmed in the affirmative each one of these 11, so we need a motion with the. Offer a motion, okay. With the conditions, all right.
The board, having reviewed and approved each of the elements required for a special exception with regard to agenda item ZE 26007, a request by Mr. Zain Abdullah, and for exception for the operating this home office, pursuant to section 18.8.4 of the North Augusta Development Code and consistent with the standards described in section 5.3.7 of the North Augusta Development Code for home occupations. I would therefore move that the board approve the request submitted with the following conditions. Number one, no on-site customer visits, walk-in retail sales, or public commercial activity shall occur on the property. Number two, no signage or advertising devices shall be permitted on the property except as allowed by the Development Code. Number three, deliveries and shipping activities shall remain limited in scale and frequency so as to remain consistent with the normal residential use. And number four, the business shall be conducted entirely within the principal residential structure and shall not expand beyond the areas identified in the application without additional review and approval by the city.
I second.
All right. A motion has been made and seconded to approve this application. All in favor, raise your hand. All right, Mr. Abdullah, your application is approved, and I know you will conduct this business in the way that you have stated here, so that things don't look any different in your neighborhood. All right, thank you, and thank you very much. And you don't have to stay for the rest of it. You can hear all this again. If you want to, you can. Thank you, and good luck with your business.
Not as good as yours.
All right, our next agenda item where is it? Our next agenda item is, let me get the official number here, is ZE 26-008, a request by Shona Lloyd for a special exception for a home occupation to operate an interior design service, including showroom component from table 5.1 use matrix of the North Augusta Development Code. The request affects approximately 0.63 acres zoned R14 large lot, single-family residential located at 908 Fairfield Avenue, 007-005-04009. All right, Stacy, do you have anything to add to this?
So with this application, the applicant is requesting approval for a home occupation for interior design services with showroom components and is located at 908 Fairfield Lane. The property is zoned as R14 large lot, single family residential. Ms. Lloyd has provided in our slideshow some photos of her work within her home, and there's also photos in the staff report of some of her work for her interior design, which shows various interior decorations. The staff recommendations for this home occupation are also listed in the staff report. And also, I see Ms. Lloyd is here, and she would be able to answer any more additional questions that the board may have about this home occupation.
All right, does the board have anything to ask? Stacy, anything more?
I do not.
All right, Ms. Lloyd, would you come forward, please? Would you raise your right hand? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Would you please state your name and your address?
Shauna Lloyd, and I live at 908 Fairfield Avenue, North Augusta, South Carolina, 29841.
All right, would you tell us about your application?
Yes, I have always been very interested in interior design, and I've been told that I do a good job with it. And so I'm getting closer and closer to retirement age. I work right now at Savannah Riverside, and trying to find something that I can do to be able to maintain my level of living and still do something that I enjoy doing. So that's my reason for coming here this evening, is to get permission to be able to occupy, to be able to use my home occupancy as a place to be able to conduct interior design business.
Okay. Now let me ask you this, and it's in here, but I just want to get it straight. Would clients would come to your house, or would you mostly go to their homes?
I mostly will go to their homes, but I do have some computer software where I can show them some design aspects that I would like to share with them. In addition to that, I'll be honest with you, some of the people that I've talked with about this live in Aiken County, but they live in Aiken, and I want them to come to North Augusta and see what we have here. I go to Riverview, Riverside Antique Mall quite a bit. I shop the stores locally, and I really want to get them involved with doing that as well. So sometimes we have hidden gems here, and people just don't know about it. And that's one of the reasons why I want to bring people here to North Augusta, so that they'll be able to see what else we have here in this little aspect of the CSRA.
What about signs? Are you going to be putting signs up or no? Or
No, I don't need any signage. You can see that big 908
yeah.
on my house.
Okay.
That's as long as they know my address, that's all they need to know. So
And what's the traffic like? I would say in a month's time. How many people you expect?
I don't envision having a lot of additional traffic at all. I put 3 to 4 clients at a time, because sometimes when you're working with a family, it's more than just the husband and wife. They may want to bring the kids. They may get excited about the design that I have in place, and so I want to be over the far end as far as saying how many people that I could expect to come at one time. But most of the time, it's going to be just one or a couple.
Just one question, Ms. Lord. What's the foliage part of the business? I noticed that in the name, so I couldn't help.
And the foliage part is, I've always feel like any house should have something green inside, some kind of greenery plants, something to bring fresh air. And so if you look inside my house, I probably have more than I need, okay? But I just recently graduated from the Georgia Master Gardener Association. So I take a lot of pride in having foliage and having local finds too, from our various places like Riverview Park and Riverside Antique Mall and places of that nature. So the foliage is mainly to inculcate the need to have something fresh and green and live inside your house.
What about storage of plants, or storage of, I guess, any other design elements to go?
As far as plants are concerned, I would make recommendation to the customer as to what plant I would choose. There's a lot of places that I could take them to, so that they can see different plant styles. I use Bedford, even though it's not in North Augusta. I do use Bedford greenhouses quite a bit to buy things for myself, but there won't be any need for storage of items of that nature. As I said, my little buildings are more of a showroom to let them know where they can go to.
Love your designs.
Thank you.
Really nice.
Look, if you can approve me, just let me know. I'll be glad to do business with you too. So actually, I have 2 customers now waiting to see what the outcome of this is. So I'm excited.
All right, well, thank you. We may have questions later. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to add? Public hearing, come ahead. Just state your name again.
Okay, Steve Zimmerman, and
right.
I'm against this building coming into this neighborhood, this business.
Any,
Well, traffic is, even though she said it's not much traffic, every little bit adds something. I mean, we already have ball games that come through there in the school, and I don't agree with any more businesses in the neighborhood.
all right, thank you,
Mhm.
Mr. Zimmerman. Anybody else? Nobody else is out there? Okay. All right, we'll close the public hearing. So again, we have 11 things to go through. And staff has already approved the initial 19, correct?
Correct.
Right. If they hadn't done that, it wouldn't have gotten this far. So, the use complies, number one, the use complies with all regulations, conditions, and standards of this chapter unless approved as a major waiver. The applicant states the proposed home-based business will comply with the applicable regulations, conditions, and standards outlined in the North Augusta Development Code, and no major waivers are being requested as part of this application. The business will operate entirely within the principal residence and accessory structure / showroom and will not alter the residential character of the property or surrounding neighborhood. All activities, including appointments and visits to the accessory structure / showroom, will be conducted in a manner consistent with the requirements of the code. The business will not be selling from the street or roadway and expects to have limited daily customers. My long, wide driveway will allow full off-street parking. No signage will be used to direct individuals to the business. The use will remain in full compliance with the applicable standards of the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the proposed operation is intended to occur within the principal residence and accessory structure / showroom while maintaining the residential character of the property and surrounding neighborhood. The applicant further indicates that customer visits will be limited in nature, that no signage or roadside sales activities are proposed, and that the existing driveway provides adequate off-street parking accommodations. Based on the information provided, the proposed use appears designed to operate in compliance with applicable home occupation standards and the requirements of the North Augusta Development Code. Question, what do you think?
I think that's fine.
Okay, the only thing I have to say here, and can be in the conditions, is the number of cars there at one time. And we can, if we want to, we could put that in the conditions. You agree with that? Okay. The use will not substantially injure the value of adjoining properties or the use is a public necessity. The applicant states the proposed home-based business will not substantially injure or negatively impact the value of adjoining properties. The operation is designed to be low impact and compatible with the surrounding residential neighborhood. I expect to have 3 to 4 customers on days of operation, Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or by appointment. My long, wide driveway will allow full off-street parking. No signage will be used to direct individuals to the business. The use will remain in full compliance with the applicable standards of the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the home occupation will not increase traffic or on-street parking that would be inconsistent with the residential use or residential area. A home occupation expected to generate more than 10 business trips per day shall be permitted as a special exception. Based on the information provided, the proposed use appears designed to minimize impacts to adjoining properties while maintaining the residential character of the neighborhood in compliance with the North Augusta's Development Code. All right. What do y'all think about that? That's where we can address the number of cars.
Yeah, I mean, they,
Okay,
maybe 2, maybe
Right.
1.
they need a carpool.
Yeah.
Number 3, the use is of a size, shape, and character suited for the proposed site. The applicant states that there will be no modification to the home to fit the business. The proposed use is a size, shape, and character that is well suited for the residential site on which it will operate. The business will be conducted in the accessory structure in the rear of the property, which will also be a showroom. My collection of pieces is uniquely purchased from estate sales, thrift stores, and online marketplaces. My items are not mass-produced and are primarily one of a kind. Both the basement and accessory structure spaces are properly maintained with sufficient ventilation and layout to support safe, efficient operations without requiring structural alterations or expansions. The scale of the business remains consistent with typical home occupation standards, ensuring that activities are contained within the home and accessory structure / showroom and do not extend beyond the property. Both the basement and existing accessory structure are accessible without entering the front primary entrance of the home. The use will remain in full compliance with the applicable standards of the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the applicant states that the proposed home-based interior decorating business will operate within existing 12 by 12, 240 square feet accessory structure / showroom located at the rear of the property with no structural modifications or expansions proposed. The home occupation will use less than 25% of the residents. Okay.
Was the showroom an existing structure? I guess it was.
Ms. Lloyd, did you build that showroom, or was it a garage already, or what? Oh, okay. And it's all the way at the back of your driveway? Right. All right. That answers your
I mean,
question?
it does, yeah. I was just making sure it wasn't something that was added for the business, you know what I mean?
It's been there some time.
So, yeah, that seems like that's just part of the structure.
Right.
Okay. I got you. Okay.
Bill? Okay. Number 4, the location and character of the use, if developed according to the information is submitted and approved, will be compatible with existing uses adjacent to and near the property and will not adversely affect the development of the neighborhood or the district in which the use is proposed. The applicant states that the location and character of the proposed home-based business will be compatible with the existing residential uses adjacent to and near the property. I expect to have 3 to 4 customers on days of operation, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or by appointment. The scale and nature of the business is low impact, with a portion of the operation requiring me to visit the home of the client. Deliveries will go directly to the home of the client. To the home of the client. The use will remain in full compliance with the applicable standards of the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the proposed home occupation is expected to have limited customer visits, estimated at approximately 3 to 4 customers on operational days or by appointment only, and indicates that a large portion of the business activities will occur off-site at clients' residences. The deliveries associated with the business will be directed to client locations rather than the subject property, reducing impacts on the surrounding neighborhood.
Good.
Okay. Number 5, the use will not create traffic impacts or parking issues that will endanger public safety or contribute to traffic congestion or unacceptable adversely impact nearby properties when compared with uses permitted by right in the same zoning district. The applicant states that the proposed home business will not create traffic impacts or parking issues that will endanger public safety or contribute to traffic congestion or adversely impact nearby properties. My long, wide driveway can fit 8 to 9 vehicles, and my personal vehicles will be parked in the 2-car basement garage Therefore, there will be no need for on-street parking. A portion of my business requires me to visit the home of the client. My business will not require deliveries to the residents. Any deliveries will go directly to the client's home. The use will remain in full compliance with the applicable standards of the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the proposed home-based interior decorating business will not create traffic or parking impacts that would endanger public safety or negatively affect nearby properties. Staff notes that the applicant indicates the existing driveway is capable of accommodating approximately 8 to 9 vehicles off-street, while personal vehicles will be stored within the existing two-car basement garage, minimizing the potential for on-street parking. All right, number 5, what do you think?
Good with it.
Jim?
I'm good.
Okay. Number 6, the use is consistent with existing and planned pedestrian and vehicular circulation adjacent to or near the property. The applicant states that the proposed home-based business is consistent with existing and planned pedestrian and vehicular circulation patterns adjacent to and near the property. My long, wide driveway can fit in 8 to 9 vehicles, and my personal vehicles will be parked in the two-car garage. Therefore, there will be no need for off-street parking. The use will remain in full compliance with the applicable standards of the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the proposed home occupation anticipates having 3 to 4 customers a day. And I think that's on the days that she's open. Based on information provided, the proposed use is not anticipated to interfere with existing traffic circulation or pedestrian movement within the neighborhood and appears consistent with the residential nature of the area and applicable standards of the North Augusta Development Code. All right, that was number 6. What do you think?
Good with it.
Jim? Okay. Number 7, the use will not be hazardous, detrimental, or disturbing to surrounding land uses due to noise, light, glare, smoke, odor, fumes, water pollution, obstruction of airflow on adjoining properties, or other general nuisances. The applicant states that the proposed home-based business will not be hazardous, detrimental, or disturbing to surrounding land uses. All operations will take place within the accessory structure / showroom at the rear of the property or at the client's home. No noise, light, glare, smoke, odors, fumes, or any form of environmental pollution beyond what is typical for a residential property will be generated. The nature of the operation has low impact, ensuring that it does not create any nuisances or disruptions to the surrounding neighborhood. The use will remain in full compliance with the applicable standards of the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the business is low impact in nature and is not expected to create nuisances or disturbances to its adjacent properties. Based on the information provided, the proposed use does not appear likely to be hazardous, detrimental, or disruptive to surrounding land uses and appears consistent with the applicable standards of the North Augusta Development Code.
Good with it.
All right, number 8, the use will be adequately served by central public services and facilities and will not require additional public expense. The applicant states that the proposed home-based business will be adequately served by existing as essential public services and facilities, including water, sewer, electricity, road access, emergency service, and postal and packaging delivery infrastructure. The nature of the operation is low impact. Business activities will not place any measurable demands on public service beyond that of a typical single-family residence. No additional services will be required by the City of North Augusta or the County of Aiken for me to operate my business. The use will remain in full compliance with the applicable standards of the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the proposed home occupation will not increase demand on public utilities, including water, sewer, stormwater systems, beyond typical residential levels. Based on the low-intensity nature of the use, staff finds that existing infrastructure and services are sufficient to support the proposed activity without additional cost or burdens to the city.
Good with it.
Okay. Number 9, the use will not adversely affect any site or feature of historical, cultural, natural, or scenic importance. The applicant states the proposed home-based business will not adversely affect any site or feature of historical, cultural, natural, or scenic importance. My residence is not in the historic district. The use will remain in full compliance with the applicable standards of the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the residence is not located within a historic district and that no exterior alterations or site disturbances are proposed as part of the operation. Based on the information provided, the proposed use is not anticipated to negatively impact historically, cultural, naturally, or scenic significant features and appears consistent with the applicable standards of the North Augusta Development Code. All right, that was number 9. All right. Number 10, that the proposed use will not conflict with but will further the objectives of the City of North Augusta Comprehensive Plan. The applicant states that where applicable, I will take clients out to eat at local restaurants, and I will encourage ones who are not familiar with North Augusta to visit local shops and amenities. The business will allow income to support my impending retirement and create an avenue for me to pay expenses associated with living in the great city of North Augusta. The use will remain in full compliance with the applicable standards of the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the proposed home-based interior decorating business will support local economic activity by encouraging clients to visit restaurants, shops, and amenities within the city of North Augusta. The business will provide supplemental income to support retirement while allowing a continued investment in and occupancy of the property within the city. All right, that was number 10.
That's good.
Number 11, the use will not materially endanger the public health, safety, and welfare if located, designed, and proposed to be operated according to the information submitted. A denial by the BZA based exclusively on this language shall include explicit findings regarding the way in which granting the special exception would endanger public health, safety, and welfare. The applicant states that all operations will take place within a portion of the basement area, the accessory structure / showroom at the rear of the property or at the client's home. No noise, light, glare, smoke, odors, fumes, or any form of environmental pollution beyond what is typical for a residential property will be generated. The nature of this operation has low impact, ensuring that it does not create any nuisances or disruptions to the surrounding neighborhood. The use will remain in full compliance with the applicable standards of the North Augusta Development Code. Staff notes that the use will not involve hazardous materials, increased traffic, or conditions which would create safety concerns. If approved, the business shall not exceed 10 business trips a day, which is in the code. Right. No signage or advertising devices shall be permitted on the property except as allowed by the Development Code. Customer visits shall be limited to appointment-only operations and shall not create excessive traffic or parking impacts within the neighborhood. No outdoor display, storage, or sale of merchandise, furniture, decor items, plants, or materials associated with the business shall be permitted. Number 5, no on-site delivery of items purchased. Now, those are the conditions that the staff recommends. And I would like to include another one concerning the parking. And I think I forgot to mention, I know I forgot to mention it sooner. We do have letters or emails or notifications from neighbors that are not in opposition to this. It was included in your packet. Okay. All right. Well, what do we want to say about 3 to 4 customer?
do we say the
Well, I mean,
business?
she's doing it by appointment only, it doesn't seem like 3 or 4 people. Husband shows up in his car, and wife shows up.
Well, that's what I was saying, is what she had said, that, several people may come to see her from one family. So do we need to say anything about that
You limited 10 trips. 10 trips is basically 5 per day.
per day?
I will say, I've passed by this house hundreds of times. I never knew there was anything behind it.
You couldn't see it till all the
I
trees
was gonna
came
say,
down.
Until the hurricane, I didn't even know the house was there, so.
And that's what the responses we got were very complimentary of, had known you for a long time and how you kept up your property so well.
I'm good with adding 10 trips, 5 cars. That's all our kids do.
That's right. Well, we've, not voted affirmative in all of them, so Bill, you want to make a motion, or Jim? Our motion maker.
Go ahead. I'll defer. Grab my notes now. All right. I make the motion, based on the findings previously discussed and voted on, I move that application number ZE 26-008, a request by Shauna Lloyd for the special exception pursuant to section 5.3.7 of the North Augusta Development Code be granted with the following conditions. 1, the business shall not exceed 10 business trips per day. 2, no signage or advertising devices shall be permitted on the property except for what's as allowed by the Development Code. 3, customer visits shall be limited to appointment-only operations and shall not create excessive traffic or parking impacts within the neighborhood. 4, no outdoor display, storage, or sale of merchandise, furniture, decor, items, plants, or materials associated with the home or associated with the business shall be permitted. And number 5, no on-site delivery of items purchased.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
All right, that was seconded by London. All in favor, raise your hand. You can call those 2 customers and tell them you're in business. I will say, Mr. Zimmerman, that there are a lot of home businesses operating in North Augusta. And if anybody gets out of line, you just call the planning director's office, and they will have code enforcement out there. So there are probably a lot that you have no idea about right in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
they have
right
to
way to
come,
do
they
it.
have to come here to get a business license.
Yeah. I do as well. I know. Oh yeah.
Stacy, is there any more?
No, ma'am.
Does anybody else have anything for the good of the order? Oh, yes, sir. Sure. And just say your name again. I mean, this is all recorded as public information.
Steve Zimmerman. The 11 steps that y'all went through, is there a way to look at that before a meeting?
Stacy, can they look at, it's in that development code, you don't want to go there.
All that stuff is passed down from the state that we have to follow.
Yes.
Right.
sir.
The
Yeah.
reason I ask is I may not have come to the meeting if I read
Oh,
all this.
Sure.
Yeah, I
Sure.
understand.
Stacy, is there a way for, the public to get copies of this? I mean.
Yes, it is. It's on our city website. And
Is it-
so if you need help with navigating the website, we can help you with navigating.
Tell him how he would get it on the website.
You would go on the city website, like I said, and you would go under the Board of Zoning Appeals, and it's actually attached under the meeting. So the meetings are listed on the front of the front cover. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I went to the meetings, but all I got was this 2-page thing.
All you got was the agenda.
Yeah.
All right, the staff report should have been attached up there. So,
Okay. Okay.
yes, sir.
All right.
And if you need a copy of that after, I can get that for you.
Okay. I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
And that's
Thank you for your input and your concern.
Yeah.
We always like to hear from the public.
Is that provided before the meeting? Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
Just
sir.
making sure it's provided before so you can look at it
Right.
before you get here.
Okay. Thank you.
Is there anything else that should be on record? All right. Nothing else?
We adjourn.
All right. We are adjourned.